The finale of The Bachelorette was this week, and Jen Tran got dumped after she was proposed to. Now this season was full of drama, so you know that the finale had to top all of it. And it did. This was probably one of the most shocking endings in any Bachelor or Bachelorette season. Now Jen Tran was the Bachelorette, and spoiler alert, she chose to be with Devin. Although this wasn't the best choice, clearly. Throughout the season, other men had warned her about Devin, but she didn't listen to them. She followed her heart, which resulted in it getting broken. At the final rose ceremony, Jen picked Devin and they got engaged. She was in love and happy, and everything was great until they got home and life went back to normal. Watching the moment back, Jen and Devin met up in Hawaii. "Jen, I do love you with all of my heart, and it's a feeling I don't ever want to go away," Devin said. "You were always a constant, our love was always there, and I never doubted for a second how much you loved me," Jen replied. "I love you so deeply, Devin, but I can't let you propose to me. I've decided to choose myself in this journey, and the best version of myself is when I'm with you." She then proposed with a wedding band in a seashell. "Absolutely," he said, 100 times over. Now Devin then proposed anyways. "Will you make me the happiest man and marry me?" And she said yes, and it was their happily ever after until it wasn't. Now Jen told her side of the story during the live show, and it was truly heartbreaking as she was sobbing, gasping for air as she was so upset with what happened. He was making bold proclamations of love, and then suddenly the next day he was like nothing and denied ever being in love, Jen told host Jesse Palmer during after the final rose. "All the promises he made to me, all of that love that he had wanted to give to me wasn't there anymore." Now Jen struggled to speak through her tears, saying, "It's been a really hard couple months. We had left Hawaii engaged and very happy. I thought that I'd found the person I was going to spend the rest of my life with, and then essentially as soon as we left Hawaii, things were different. It kind of just felt like he was pulling away. The efforts were inconsistent, he wasn't calling as much, texting as much, I was confused. I didn't understand because we had left so happy. I felt like I was secondary to everything else in his life, and I didn't understand why," she said. "We had a happy couple visit planned sometime last month early, and the night before he called me and he basically broke off the engagement. He basically said that he didn't love me anymore and didn't feel the same way. He regretted getting engaged. And I didn't know, all I knew was that it was just different." Yep, Devin broke off the engagement in a 15-minute phone call sometime in August as the season was airing. Yeah, so did not Devin break up the engagement, he did it over the phone, which is just horrible and gross. Jen then tried to bargain with him, trying to make Devin more comfortable, telling him that they could forget about the engagement for right now and just date each other, but she claims that he was already checked out. He didn't want to go to couples counseling, he didn't want to fight for the relationship anymore. He was just done, she said. Host Jesse shared his shock too about how this all played out, saying Devin always spoke so passionately about how much he loved you and that he would never abandon you. "All the promises he made to me, all of the love that he had wanted to give wasn't there anymore," Jen added, revealing that she last saw Devin in July. Now Devin eventually came out on stage as well, and the two saw each other for the first time since their breakup. Now Devin was welcomed by boos, rightfully so, and said, "I failed you, but everything I felt for you was real." Devin also added that he had a lot of doubts throughout their 2-month engagement and asserted that he was transparent about these feelings. But Jen didn't care about what he had to say, she made further accusations. She was particularly hurt that he had broken up with her in a phone call, and that shortly after the breakup, he had followed some women on Instagram, in particular her former Bachelor castmate Maria, who before Jen was named this season's Bachelorette, was presumably in the mix of possible candidates. So a lot of men were expecting to see Maria as they got out of the limo and expressed their disappointment when they saw Jen. Now she claimed that Devin followed Maria on Instagram the day after they broke up, which was just not the right move at all. Devin then said, "I can't excuse the Instagram follow, I know how much that hurt you. Obviously I failed you and there's nothing I can say other than that." Now she also accused Devin of clubbing with 4th place finisher Jeremy Simon in New York shortly after their breakup. Devin defended himself by saying that he was in town meeting with a client and retorted, "Am I not allowed to live a life?" Now Jen also accused Devin of being unaffected by the end of their relationship, despite claiming he knows how bad this hurts. "You're out there promoting the show on Instagram, posting memes about Sam McKinney and all this stuff. It's like you don't even feel anything," she says. "This past month, every Monday night, my heart was broken over and over again, whereas you don't give a crap. great old time, and I'm heartbroken every Monday night watching the lies you said to me on TV. Now, Jen wasn't the only one who called out Devin. Other castmates made some unflattering Instagram posts about him, but hey, they called him out on the show, so it shouldn't be too big of a surprise. Sam McKinney, who was on the receiving end of backlash for calling out Devin's behavior during season 21 of The Bachelorette, shared his thoughts on Devin calling off his and Jen's engagement after the finale. For posting a photo on his Instagram stories that read, "When the worst person you know was actually right," along with a photo of Sam M. He wrote, "Haha, okay, this is funny." The next video was of him sitting in front of his TV with his hand over his mouth, seemingly invested in the on-screen confrontation between Devin and Jen. His next post read, "Always was Team Sam and never thought he was the worst. He was actually my top pick, but proof he really was keeping the main thing the main thing." Sam captioned it, "Forever." Now, Thomas N., who was also criticized for putting his energy into arguing with Devin, posted a photo of Devin to his Instagram stories and wrote, "Damn, should have kept the main thing," referencing Sam M's catchphrase all season. Now, he also posted a clip of him sipping tea and glaring into the camera silently. Yikes. So it seems like the other men were right when it came to Devin and his character, but Jen didn't want to believe it, which led to this mess, which was honestly just extremely heartbreaking. Now, with all this playing out the way that it did, a lot of fans of the show have called out the producers for making Jen go through all of this. Now, Jen had to sit beside Devin and watch their engagement on screen play out. Now, in the corner of the screen, they showed feed of Jen live in the studio, and while watching, she was sobbing uncontrollably, absolutely heartbroken. Why the show would make her go through this again? Well, for ratings, of course, which a lot of people thought was truly evil. And I gotta say that I agree. This isn't just a TV show, it's people's real lives and feelings. So in the end, Jen did not find her one true love, but hopefully she can heal and work through all of this because it's just a traumatic thing that she's gone through. At the final rose ceremony, Jen Peck, he was making bold proclamations. He was making bold Hawaii, things were different. It kind of just felt, oh my god, there's a fruit fly. I felt like oh my god, there's a fruit fly. No, so not only did Devin break up. Now, host Jesse shared his shock too about all this. Host Jackie, Jesus, was presumably in the mix of possible candidates. Oh my gosh. Devin defended himself by stating that he was in town. Devin defended himself by stating that he was in town meeting with a client. Jesus.